Hi class, this is Miss Waltner. I wanted to talk to you today about files and folders and how to use them. So, basically a file is a folder or box for holding loose papers that are typically arranged in a particular order for easy reference. Now, in computer terms, our files are Word documents, Excel spreadsheets, PDFs, even MP3s and picture files. And they're not really loose, they're virtual. But we do want to arrange them in a particular order for easy reference. So we have a couple different file types here. We've got PDF, and these are non-editable files that you might use for, like Mrs. Kirk uses them for our weekly bulletins. Then there is the document or docx, and these are Word files, Excel spreadsheets or .xls, MP3s, which I think you're all very familiar with, JPEG files, which are basically pictures, and this one here is a zip file, which we don't use too much of, but it would essentially take a large file or folder and zip it up to something much smaller. So your files are basically arranged like folders in a filing cabinet. So at school we've got the OLG Shared on Server filing cabinet with a bunch of folders inside of it, like grade 4 assignments, grade 5 assignments, grade 6 assignments, and then stuff like yearbook. Those all go onto the server. And then we've also got like our lab computers, and you can also save files there. So a typical file tree would look something like this. You've got your files, your libraries, documents, music, pictures, videos. So under documents, you might have something like English homework and maybe song lyrics. So when you go to open up one of the folders or both of the folders, you might have files beneath it. So you can have lots and lots and lots of files in one folder. You can also have different kinds of files in one folder. Another way to do it would be like under music, to arrange by type of music. So here I've got country, pop, and hip hop. And then under those, I can have more folders. So you can actually have a folder in a folder. And as you can see here, you can have multiple folders in one folder. And so under Rascal Flatts, I've got two different songs here. So under pop, I've got another folder with an artist, and then in that folder a song. You can also just have regular songs out in the big folder. It's kind of up to you and how you want to organize things. Now, here's a problem we run into a lot here at school. We like to save files onto our server. Our server is a pretty big filing cabinet. We store and share lots of information there. Here's where we get into trouble. We've got several lab computers, and our lab computers can talk to the server. So lab 1 computer talks to shared on server. This lab 1 computer talks to shared 1 on server. These are different seats. Okay, so they talk. Okay, what doesn't happen here is this lab 1 computer does not ever talk to this lab 1 computer, etc. So these guys, they don't talk. So when you're sitting at a lab 1 computer and you save it to this lab 1 computer, the next time you come into the lab, you can't sit at this computer and expect to be able to find documents that are in this filing cabinet. Now, if you have saved them onto the server, this lab 1 computer can talk to this one, and it can also talk to this one. So in that case, you can get items off the server. This is why all the computers in the school can talk to the server. But if you save on Lab 1 computer, you're not necessarily going to be able to open it up on a different Lab 1 computer. Okay? And that is pretty much all I have. There is one activity that I have planned for you. I've put it under this video, so you can pretty much just click and open it up. And then the last thing I have here is this little graphic that I made using PowerPoint that I thought was cool enough to add. And here it is. Okay, so this is a paragraph of really important information. Computers and technology are not going away. It's important to take the time to try out and test new technology. Don't get frustrated if it doesn't work exactly the way you want it the first time. Part of learning is the patience and willingness to try new things. Never stop learning. Me. Bye guys, see you next week.